Are we actually scaring the younger ladies with all our talk nowadays online about menopause and perimenopause and like the harsh realities of it? And we go on and on about the night sweats and the mood swings and the anxiety and the dry skin and the heart palpitations. And I am at fault. I've done that myself. And I've got a video on what is it called? Perimenopause sucks or something like that. That's on my main channel, which is under my name, Louise, and I'll spell it for you, Corrans. I have tried to do a preset description that goes with an upload, but when you upload from your phone, it loses that for some reason. I haven't figured that out yet, so that's why I keep spelling out the name of my main channel. Otherwise, I will go back and put a link now and then, but you know, with two channels, it's a bit time consuming to go and check links. Anyway, I will try and do that as well. But I heard that concept from my latest favorite content creator, Heidi Clements. And she was saying, maybe we're scaring these young girls. And I thought, maybe we are. You know, I think the pendulum has swung from my mother's generation where no one spoke about menopause and perimenopause. And now it's swinging the other way where we're all talking about it. And it's good. I'm glad we're talking about it because then I knew what was kind of happening to me. And then I went to a doctor and I got my HRT. And now I'm just like, oh. So the HRT is like good. But I think we also must just not scare the young ladies so much that they are terrified to get older. And the sad truth is, I think young women are terrified to get older. I was until like very, very, very recently. I was not happy with this getting old thing. And I must say, I think it's actually YouTube, the older ladies on YouTube, that have given me some sanity around aging, and I thank them for that. I really do. I have a video on aging on my main channel where I've actually got a list of YouTubers who are over 50, I think it is. I think they were over 45, 50. And there's many of them. And they're all kinds. And some of them are 60, 70. I think one is close to 80. And the point is, it's showing us that you can be on social media at any age. You can be on there with your face old, wrinkly, your gray hair, your age spots, your sunspots, your whatever it is that has happened to your body. These women are doing well on YouTube. They have followings. They are popular. Some of them are into fashion and makeup. Some of them are not. Some of them are like rock and roll chicks. Some of them are not. But that is the beauty of it. I've seen that you can just be you. And the beauty of it, and this is why we mustn't scare young girls, not old, we mustn't scare young girls into getting older, is the beauty from what I've seen and gathered is that as you age, you give less and less of a fuck. Sorry, I don't like swearing, but give less and less of a fuck. And you really just like, this is me. And you, whoever you is, rock chick, knitting granny, baking granny, biker granny, going to concerts, whatever it is that these ladies enjoy, they just embrace it. It becomes really like a, so what? And I can sort of see the older that they get. So I'm hoping it'll happen with me. The less they need to defend themselves, the less you need to even enter into arguments, the less you even need to discuss why you're doing what you're doing. You don't even have to justify yourself anymore. And that is so beautiful. And I'm so looking forward to that. So if you are older and you happen across this video, please let me know your experience of aging. I'm so interested. I'm so interested. So I'm turning 46 not long from now. It'll be July, August, September. 3 months to go. And I think about aging a lot because it's my job to be on YouTube and talk about topics for women over 40. And I was thinking, in our 40s, we're at this middle point where we are no longer young. The youth has passed. I would say up to 39, up till 40, you are young. 40 now to 50, you're in this middle where you, am I young? Am I old? Am I young? Am I old? Like some days I feel really, really young. And some days I feel really, really old. And, you know, like, yeah, I want to go out partying. Oh, no, I'm too old. I just want to go to bed. it's this whole, like, yeah, it's this, what is the word? The split between young and old. And I can feel I'm going to cross over from 50. I would say you're not old, but you're old. You know what I mean? You are now, you cannot say I'm young by numbers, by years at least. And your body's probably telling you as well. But your spirit, your mind, this is where I'm getting so excited and so interested in this journey. And the older I get, the more I'm letting go of things that I was hoping I would let go of, but I didn't know it would happen by itself. Like these things just drop away by themselves. It's almost, maybe it is hormonal. Um, Menopause Taylor says that, and a lot of blogs actually say that as you go through perimenopause and menopause, you lose what is the bonding hormone? Oxytocin. And you actually do give less and less of a fuck. And I hate swearing, as you can tell. But I suppose who cares? But that drop in oxytocin means you just are true to yourself, really. You're not trying to please people. And I, for one, am really feeling that. And it's surrounding so many issues, like my body. I really like, meh, if it's flabby, if it's firm, if it's fit, if it's not fit, if it's, well, who cares? Just let it be what it wants to be, whatever that may be. And like now in the dead of winter when it's cold and it's actually very windy outside, I'm sitting here facing the window. It's windy, it's overcast, like not overcast, but it's a dull day. And yeah, I've just been cold the whole day. And I want to eat. I want to eat. And I'm almost like, I don't give a flying if I do and I gain a bit of weight. So what? You know, this kind of thinking is so freeing for me who has since about the age of 18, 19, when I started to lose a bit of weight, I've kind of never stopped being on that trajectory. Not that I didn't enjoy it, because that was another thing I was thinking. I was never miserable. Oh, some days I would be a bit like, oh, I wish I could eat this or not. But mostly I was never miserable. I enjoyed being slim. I enjoyed being in shape. I enjoyed going to the gym. I enjoyed eating healthy. I enjoyed portion control. I loved the fact that I was in control over my weight, my body. It gave me a sense of control, I guess is the word. It gave me a sense of like, I know what I'm doing. I can do this. And I liked the result. I did. But now at 45, I'm like, who cares? Who cares? And that is freeing. So I know I will, like I've said before, I will dip in and out of body care. You can't, I think you can't drop something overnight. Or maybe you could. I wonder if you could. But I just want you younger ladies, if there are any younger ladies watching, I want you to know that whilst I was a bit terrified, there was a little bit of a wobble around 43, like, oh my God, I can see the aging. And now, yes, it's accelerated every day, basically. I'm like, oh God, you can almost measure the millimeters by which everything is drooped overnight. We should have, instead of the growth charts like for the children, we should have the droop charts for our breasts and our butts and our jowls, and then just measure every day how much more have they drooped. That would be hilarious. Anyway, but yeah, a droop chart. So every day I'm like, and I've had a breast augmentation, but the boobs over the fake ones are now drooping. So my breast is drooping over the implant. It's kind of weird. So you've got the breast tissue, but now the nipple's pointing more down. It should be more up, but it is what it is. And if I do that, they kind of go back up. But who walks around with their shoulders so back, So one day I would like a breast lift. Don't know where I'm going to get the money from. Come on YouTube. But I am thinking seriously now. See, things change when you get older. I'm thinking seriously, if I go for a breast lift one day, I think I might take my implants out. And you know why? Because I hate the feeling there's a weight to them. Obviously, there's a weight to them. And I hate the feeling that of this weight. Like when I wake up in the morning and I go down the stairs to make my first cup of coffee. See, I don't sleep in a bra anymore, even though the surgeon back then had told me I should, because who wants a strap when you're sleeping, around your back? So as I get up and I walk down the stairs, these implants are heavy-ish. They're not super heavy and they're not super big, but this feeling, I don't like it. It just feels too much. And so now I'm starting to sympathize and empathize with women who have large breasts, who don't like that feeling. And so there's this little seed, this little thought just germinating. What if I got a breast lift and removed the implants? Even if they went down to like an A cup. Once you're a certain age, you don't really care what the opposite sex thinks anymore. I'm kind of getting there. I don't know if I'm fully there. I might probably only give that up around 50. But ladies, the young ladies, getting older is actually pretty rad. It's rad. You no longer have FOMO, like you really don't, or at least in my case. I don't know. I can only speak for myself in all areas. But right now, I've got JOMO like so bad. I just want to be home. Don't want to go out. Okay, partly because it's winter and it's cold, but all these social gatherings and events, I'm just like, fuck it. I know what they're going to say. I know I've been there. I know people. People are idiots for the most part in social settings. Not all people. I mean, I love people, but it's that polite conversation. And I'm just like, I want to be home, cooking, writing, recording, creating, playing around with my TikTok, seeing if I can grow my TikTok, all these fun things, thinking about my channel, thinking about what I stand for, because when you're on the internet and you're putting yourself out there, you really need to know what you stand for. And that is the beauty of YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all these platforms, because people come at you with comments and you need to know yourself and you need to know what you stand for and what you are really trying to say, because they can knock you down. But anyway, I just was thinking that we older women, we have a responsibility, I think, to the younger generation to make aging seem cool, to show them that aging is cool, that the older you get, the more you realize you've got this. You yourself, you've got this. You are your own best friend. You are your own rock. In fact, you are your soulmate. And as I said in a previous video, like 2-3 videos ago, I actually could cry. Oh, I get goosies. I've realized that I truly, truly love myself. I don't always get it, excuse me, I don't always get it right in the way I present myself. Sometimes I still sell myself short, Sometimes I still, and I, of course, look in the mirror and I'm like, that's not great, that's not great. But self-love is separate to what you see in the mirror. It's separate to your physical self, because the love of self, my self-love, is about the truth of me. Finally, hallelujah. It's so wonderful. So young girls, I'm telling you now, it does get better. When Oprah said it, and I've heard other women say it, I'm like, really? But really? Then you realize that this whole thing about beauty and looks, it's all for the opposite sex. It's all to be attractive. It's all to be desirable. It's all to fit in with what society says a woman should be. And that's fine. Enjoy it while you're doing it, while you want to do it. I did. It was so nice to look a certain way and get attention and get the looks. But eventually you just don't need it anymore. I'm kind of growing out of it. I think I might need it a little bit, but for the most part, I'm growing out of that need to turn the male gaze towards me. And it is freeing. And I can see the freedom coming on the horizon, because I can see that I will move out of that slowly. It's going to be a process. I think everything's going to be a process. But young ladies, it will be okay. I'm feeling like it's okay. I'm feeling very, 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 very optimistic about aging. in fact, what is happening now, I'm loving it. And I really thought by now I'd be crying in a puddle over all the physical changes. But now it's so weird. Something about either just that I have to be myself on YouTube or something is happening, but I'm just like, I'm okay with it. There you go. That was my chat for today. I love you ladies. Thank you for watching. And this channel is now growing. It's awesome. So head on over to my main channel. I will put the name in the description box and I will see you guys in the next one. Let's all make aging rock.